is Street View, where you get it from the people. Yeah, you know Sharnalee, gonna give the facts straight to you. What's up? Welcome to Street View, where we get it straight from the people. I'm your host, Sharnalee, with Radio Rookies at WNYC. On today's show, we asked everyday people about bullying. Where does it happen? How does it happen? Can it be stopped? And most importantly, can a bully change? First up, what do we mean when we say bullying? I talked to students and teachers at my high school, West Brooklyn Community, to see how they defined the word.
I think bullying is basically making someone feel uncomfortable, for being who they are.
Girls, they make little comments and stuff like that, little gestures, little laughs to make you feel bad about yourself.
When someone find out a weaker person, when the person cannot stand up to them and they see that they can have their own way with that person.
They might go and talk about you and you might hear from somebody else.
You say something to somebody and that somebody is not strong enough to attack you back, and because you see you get away with it one time, two times, you continue. It's a continuous thing.
The use of greater strength or power, be it physical or social, to harass or hurt someone who has less physical or social power.
Now, I'm going to take you over to our Street View reporter, Ahmed.
Thanks, Sharnalee. I met up with a journalist named Emily Bazelon. She wrote a book about bullying called Sticks and Stones. Emily gave me the scoop on what bullying really is.
Now that makes perfect sense. Emily says there's a big difference between drama and bullying. It's normal for us teenagers to fight. Teenagers will be teenagers, honey, and there's no stopping that. But bullying has a stronger impact on the victim. So, Ahmed, have you ever been bullied before?
Well, this previous school of mine I used to go to, kids used to bully me. They used to call me a terrorist because of my race, my religion. I used to ignore it, but sometimes I used to laugh with them. I was sad, but sad from the inside.
Did you ever reach out to these bullies and say, I feel like you're picking on me?
I did. I told them to stop. And they said, okay, we were just joking. Blah, blah, blah. You know how it is.
Yeah, I know how it is. You know what, Ahmed? Your story is very similar to Norhan. She was a former Radio Rookie reporter who was also bullied because of her religion. Hi, Norhan.
Hello, how are you?
Welcome to Street View. What grade was you in when you faced the situation when your teacher became the bully?
I was in the 7th grade.
So did you have a sit down where you told the teacher, listen, I feel like you are treating me bad and you're bullying me and you're being mean?
My situation might have been a little bit more extreme. I kind of just stood up in the middle of class, in the middle of the lecture, and after a comment that she made, and everything that was on my head was on my tongue at that moment. I've held in a lot of the little sarcastic remarks that she would make that had to do with my, my religious affiliation, kind of smirked almost and, made it seem like it was a joke. But I'm sorry, it wasn't a joke because her jokes were being taken seriously by other students in my class. I needed for her to hear how I felt, and it needed to be in front of everyone so that everyone was aware of how I was feeling, so that no one thinks it's okay. At that point, I then went to the dean's office, and they called my parents, and it was all resolved, and the teacher was then terminated from the school.
So, as a victim, I know that back in the days when somebody was being mean to me, and all I was thinking about was being angry and just getting back at that person. I feel like a lot of people need to hear from someone that's been through the fire,
Sure. So definitely, I don't believe in seeking revenge or hurting someone, because at the end, what you're doing is you're choosing to do exactly what you did to them. Therefore, you're no better.
So, do you agree with the term once a bully, always a bully?
No, absolutely not.
Why?
People change. I'm good friends with one of my bullies from junior high school today, and we're of the most closest people in each other's lives. So I definitely disagree. Bullies can change like anyone else. I mean, bullies are people, and people change.
Thank you, Norhan, for sharing your story with Street View, where we get it straight from the people. All this talk about bullying has made me so lonely. I feel like getting some straight talk from the woman who made me, my mother, Claudia Reid. Wagwan, mommy.
As I tell you already, and I'll tell you one more time, bullying is very hard to stop. My husband has a niece that is being bullied in school. They fight her, tear off all her clothes, send her all these text messages. This type of thing cannot go on because children don't learn under those circumstances because they're afraid to go to school, and I think it is getting way out of control.
Do you think the government and the school and everyone, the parents, can pull together and put a solution, put an end to this bullying thing?
Yes, they can, and this is the last question I'm going to answer. Yes, they can. I say if the person know that the child, if the parent know that the child is being bullied, and if the school know that the child is being bullied, and if the government know that the child is bullied, yes, it can stop. But it's not everyone is going to say, yes, I'm being bullied.
So what would you tell to those victims?
Life continues after that bully because that bully is going to be a bully until death.
Wait, now I'm confused. According to Norhan, a bully can change, but my mom's over here saying a bully is a bully until death. Now that's confusing. I need to talk to someone that knows, for real. And I think that person is Cam Johnson. Cam is a former bully that can give us the real insight. Here's Cam with the story. I'm done talking.
I'm sitting here in the library to write this letter to Precious.
Dear Precious,
The girl I bullied in middle school.
But
wait, before we even go there and I tell you what I did to Precious, let me describe myself back then, in middle school. I was that guy who kept to himself, I sat by myself, and didn't really tell people how he felt. I didn't speak up very much. People saw this as an opportunity to pick on me. A group of kids would surround me and start calling me names, making fun of my weight. Another time, this kid called me and my friend gay. Once, bullies took my art notebook and started playing keep away with it. Pages were falling out, and at the same time, I was trying to pick them up to put them back in the notebook. Other people might confront their tormentors or just let it go, but I didn't. Instead, I started to pick on Precious. She seemed like me, quiet and alone. She didn't really fit in. She was also really good at art. People complimented her work more than mine sometimes. She started getting more attention from my favorite art teacher. I was jealous. I called her names, made fun of her weight and hair. I got others to make fun of her too. In art class, I threw her work in the garbage on a regular basis. Lately, I started worrying about how my bullying affected Precious. I hoped maybe she wouldn't remember how mean I was to her back then. I wanted to make things right. So it's time to get back to that letter I started writing to her.
Dear Precious, I'm working on a radio story on bullying. I didn't realize it at the time, but a lot of the hurtful things other kids did to me, I did to you. At the time, somehow it made me feel better. Now I feel disappointed in myself for treating you so awfully. I'm really sorry.
The plan is to bring the letter to her myself, but I'm nervous. I asked my brother Aaron to deliver it instead. He's still friends with her. I'm waiting to hear back whether or not she'll talk to me. I called my middle school art teacher, Miss Riley.
Hello.
Hi, Miss to see what she remembers about how I bullied Precious.
Did you know that I bullied Precious during that time?
Well, I know that there was a little bit of jealousy over skills between you and Precious. and that there was some competition between the two of you.
But she doesn't remember that I bullied her at all.
Remind me of what happened.
I told her how I would throw Precious's artwork into the garbage.
You did that?
At times, yes.
Really? No, I wasn't aware of that. Did I ever catch you doing that?
You caught me moving her work several times, and then
Yeah.
you asked me to put it back.
You know what? It probably was a form of bullying.
If that wasn't bullying, I'm sure some of the other stuff I did was. Like leaving notes on her desk, cursing at her, and saying no one will ever love you. I can't believe Miss Riley didn't notice back then. I've done some research on bullying. It turns out that a lot of bullying goes unnoticed by teachers. That's part of the reason why it's hard to stop. I wrote a letter to Precious saying that I was sorry for bullying her for the 2 years that I was there with her.
Have you gotten a response from her?
No, I've yet to give it to her in person. Miss Riley had some advice for me for talking to Precious.
I would start with I'm sorry, and that I didn't realize that I was the bully that I was.
A few days later, I followed up with my brother Aaron.
Aaron, so what was Precious's reaction to the letter when you gave it to her?
She ripped it up saying that you're a jerk and that you should actually done it in person instead of saying a letter. Kind of a punk move. Real punk move.
Okay, so today I'm going to Precious's house to hand her the letter in person. I have giant butterflies.
On my way to Precious's house with the letter. Hopefully she won't slam the door in my face. Oh, man.
Once we're in the lobby, I feel confident. I know I can do this. I passed one of Precious's family members on my way up the stairs. She says she's home. I'm actually excited I'm gonna go talk to her. But when we knock, no one answers.
Hello, is anyone home?
Even though we heard footsteps inside and Precious's dog's barking. Eventually, I leave the letter at the door. When I get home, her grandmother calls and says I can come back and talk to her. I'm nervous.
I am here in Precious's building.
I had an even bigger adrenaline rush this time. For a moment, I feel like I wanted to leave the equity lobby hallway,
Okay, so Precious,
but I don't.
do you recall me bullying you back in middle school?
Yeah, I do.
At first, seeing Precious again, I feel this anger I had in junior high slowly creeping back.
How did you feel?
It felt humiliating, and it made me really anxious.
Did you read the letter I gave you?
Yes, I read the letter. Part of me felt shocked, then sad, then confused, and then I laughed a little. But I really do forgive you.
And I appreciate that. And I'm truly sorry for bullying you.
I really mean it. Luckily, Precious seems like a really strong person.
I don't really give that much mind to bullies. I just forgive, forget, and then keep on rolling.
I'm surprised how cool Precious was about talking to me. We even talked for a couple of minutes about art in school.
Well, good luck with that. I thank you for reading the letter and accepting my apology. And so I guess we'll end it with a hug.
I awkwardly tried hugging her, but Precious isn't feeling it. Both our families laugh.
Yeah. A somewhat hug. Got it. Yeah, I just finished interview with Precious. Really awesome about it.
Did I reach out to Precious for me or for her? I say both. I told my friend on my dance team that I was a bully, and she said, I can believe that. Maybe I still am. I'm just not always nice. From WNYC, this is Radio Rookie Reporter Cam, signing off.
Y'all better believe it, a bully can change. Now that makes me so happy. This is Sharnalee, and remember, change is gonna come. If it don't come today, it will come tomorrow. Every time you see the sunrise, just know it's an opportunity for change.
Wow, Sharnalee, that's beautiful.
Thank you, Ahmed. We out. It's Street View, where we get it straight from the people. With your host, Sharnalee, Radio's Rookie Reporter, and
your street correspondent, Ahmed.
Yeah, it's Street View, where we get it from the people. Yeah, you know Sharnalee, and I'ma give the facts straight to you.